very often whoever has these ideas and other things, they aren't ready. Second is availability of a champion. Okay, champion here says whoever is the idea generator or a support system. Next, technological support. Many a times there will not be technological support in the maintaining the repositories and other things. The next is capability of knowledge management system. Okay, often people might have ideas, but they might not be capable in building it into a commercialization parts. Next is the investment constraints. We often know, though we have ideas and other things, investment is a biggest challenge in Indian context. Next is attractiveness of pay first to the organization, and the last is easy maintenance and updating the knowledge management repositories. Okay, 116 slide now. We will now compare and see how conventional and the contemporary knowledge management life cycles differ. Okay, so it differs by process, it differs in testing, it differs by way of focus, it also differs by way of prototypes, the scopes that are concerned, and the user roles. Okay, next let's now discuss on the 10-step knowledge management roadmap which we were quoting yesterday. And this is in 4 phases, and there are 10 steps. Infrastructure. Under infrastructure evaluation, we have analysis of existing infrastructure and aligning knowledge management and business strategy. Under knowledge management system, okay, you are able to share this.
Sir, you want me to share this?
If you are able to share it, please share the slide number 115. 117, sorry.
Let me check. Sir.
Aligning knowledge management and business strategy. Under knowledge management system. Okay, you are able to share this.
I'll check, sir, 1 second.
Somebody, if I'm not wrong, somebody is sharing the YouTube one.
Sir, you want me to share this?
If you are able, if you can please share the slide number 115. 117, sorry.
Let me check. Sir.
Aligning knowledge management and business strategy.
Sir, we are calling from Ambedkar Open Institute, sir.
Okay, you are able to share this?
I have shared, sir.
Somebody, if I'm not wrong, somebody is sharing the YouTube one.
From Ambedkar Open Institute.
Whoever is calling from Ambedkar University, please stop your sharing and please mute your audio and video. Okay, and please stop sharing. We will share.
Stop, sir?
You please stop it and mute your audio.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we are getting a resound of that. Okay, yeah. So going back to slide number 117, the 10 steps of knowledge management roadmap. Okay, in the second phase, knowledge management system analysis, design and development, we have the knowledge management architecture and its design, followed by knowledge management audit and analysis, designing the knowledge management team, creating this knowledge management system blueprint. Okay, unless we have blueprint, we will not be able to plan it accordingly. So planning, designing and controlling and executing it is important. Next is developing a knowledge management system. Okay, once we prepare these, the next phase is development. So after development on the gradual different phases of learnings, they should be incorporated in that knowledge management system for future users. So coming to the next phase, it is system deployment. Under system deployment, we have 2 categories, that is pilot testing and its deployment, and change management. The last phase is performance evaluation. Now having all the stages completed, okay, the stage is to understand if the applied phases or these development phases have measurement and see if these are being helpful or not. So slide number 118, the 7-layer knowledge management architecture. Okay, if you can just zoom the picture, you will have 7 layers. First one is interface layer, wherein the browser is done. The second layer is access and the authentication layer, wherein we do the authentication, recognition, check for securities, firewalls, malwares, and etc. things. The third layer is collaborative intelligence and filtering. Collaborative is when you collaborate with other like-minded people or peer people in the system, your superiors, your subordinates and other things. Intelligence here is shared and recorded. then filtering on the necessary and unnecessary things here. The next layer is the application layer, where you apply whatever you have learned, whatever you have stored as a knowledgement. Followed by the transport layer, wherein the TCP and interface protocol interfaces are done here. The last but one layer is a middleware and legacy integration layer, wherein we use the wrapper tools. And the last layer is the repository. Repositories actually save them, okay, under different subheadings or topics. Okay, then you give them give necessary people with limited or unlimited access. Let's move to slide number 119, where we have three-tiered services model. Give me a minute. I am just having water. Yeah, another three-tier services model. We have three services. One is the presentation services, where we can personalize them and personalize. Okay, often presentation is most important. So people will ask you on aligning the PPTs, aligning the dashboards and other things. So these presentation services are at most here. Then services where we store and reuse. And for all these, we need infrastructure. So that is infrastructure services. Okay. Capture and codification. And Hitoka Takuchi proposed a theory of these people are Japanese eminents, under which asset knowledge, externalization, and combination. In detail, please read about the model. Okay. This would be one of the important questions for the exam point of view. Okay. Next is again employees. Okay, under knowledge creation, employees, customers, suppliers, agencies, members, and other stakeholders with knowledge, both with externalization and internalization, make the tacit knowledge explicit. Knowledge captured, as quoted by Gartner's 5 knowledge management process framework activities, are as below. That is, developing relationship, using an appropriate tool to elicit information from expert, interpreting information and underlying knowledge and reasoning process, and building the rules that represent the expert's thought process or solutions. So how is codification done? The meaning and process. As this knowledge management comes from human sense and experience, tacit knowledge is very hard to define, document, or explain. In fact, expertise of individuals in knowledge management is gained via their experience, apprenticeships, their interest in books, okay, their level of research and schooling. And all these happens by codification of documents from guide learners. To enable staff use of tacit information, knowledge codification converts it to explicit knowledge. Codification involves transforming this tacit knowledge into explicitable, usable forms, making undocumented knowledge into a documented one. Okay. Knowledge representation and organization before access. It publicizes institutional knowledge for decision making. The objective of codification is it makes information useful as these situations explains. The diagnosis part is addressing these symptoms. Okay. Next, models of knowledge conversion. One model is socialization, which we have seen in the previous slide 120. Okay. Now, as we are referring to slide 123, the models of knowledge conversion are socialization, that is tacit to tacit process, externalization, that is tacit to explicit process, combination, that is explicit to explicit process, internalization, that is explicit to tacit process. Next, what are the codification tools? The codification tools would be knowledge maps, decision tables, frames, code-based reasoning, knowledge-based agents. And the codification process includes purpose of the codification, available knowledge, usefulness of existing knowledge. Okay, let's go to slide 125 now. Knowledge creation, capture, mindset. Often the developers need to in. And what are those? One is knowledge requirement, that is computer technology, the knowledge repositories wherein we store the existing data, and also we can consequently upload the new comings. Then the data mining, domain specific knowledge, and cognitive psychology. The next is skill requirements. That is the individual skill requirements of individuals. Okay, be it the support agent, be it the idea generator. Okay, the marketing people in the different departments and any other things. And what do they require? They require interpersonal communication and rapid prototyping styles. The last is personality type. Okay, one needs to have different attitude and behavior towards these things in order to develop them. Okay. For all these, we need a blueprint. And what is the blueprint? It is a skeleton of an overall structure. So, first, the blueprint of any document or any idea or any process is definitely needed. Okay. Often we have many issues in creating a blueprint, and the key issues that will include, as given in slide 126, are understanding the technical components of knowledge management system, the integration and interpolability, the position and scope of the knowledge management system on who, where, why, are being these used, followed by build or buy. Then the last one would be optimal performance, scalability, and flexibility of this one. Okay. Slide number 127, please. Knowledge management system development, must provide four functions. The content storage, what is there in the knowledge, what is there in the document. Then the content search, how we can search on specific topic and thing. Content analysis and the content dissemination. Various approaches to knowledge management system development include build in-house, buy in, and outsource. Building blocks of knowledge management system include people and culture. Often without human resources, without people, there is no idea generation and its process and life cycle, followed by knowledge infrastructure and technology. Please go to slide number 128, wherein we have Taiwan 7-layer knowledge management architecture. Okay, the same we have discussed in the last unit. Okay. This would be one of the important questions of 7 layers. Next, knowledge management system testing, quality and quality assurance. Okay, in any process, quality and quality assurance are utmost important. Even in, for example, if we take a four-wheeler, that is a car or anything. Okay, after the vehicle is manufactured, it passes through a quality assurance department. Why quality is needed? Okay, because to avoid any unseen damages. Okay, with unseen damages, a customer may complain, and that may result in more expenditure. Okay, getting back a vehicle from a customer to the showroom and then taking it back to the plant, will incur more things. So in order to avoid this, and also the reputation of a company, quality assurance is needed. And how are these done? These are done through UATs, that is user acceptance testing. Okay, you must have seen many apps having beta version, alpha version, version 1.1, 1.2, and etc. These are all testing of user acceptance, whether the users are accepting these or not. And these include few criterias, which include accuracy, adaptability, adequacy, ease of use, robustness, validity of phase. Okay, give me a minute. Someone is calling me from the university. Hello. Yes. बाद में call. हाँ. Yeah. Thank you for the time. Reliability, capability, availability, appeal, and performance of a product or a service. Now, key issues of knowledge management system development that include knowledge management system, the related factors, people related factors, organization related factors, and process related factors. Then now we will discuss on prototyping. Okay, prototyping is developing of a same product. Okay, that is implementing a new system in education. Knowledge management team can analyze the user's opinion on the system, the functionality, the interface suitability, and the needed adjustments. Prototypes should work well. These are product samples. Okay, something like after research work, okay, a company distributes its part part of the product as a sample. Okay, you must have seen in metros, Reliance stores, or any other big stores wherein people give to taste. Okay, for example, noodles or something like that. These are called prototypes. Go to number 130. Discussing deployments. Pilot deployments is seen for the recent survey is doing. One or two members would have come, just asked you the primary details of how many members keeping is called pilot testing. Okay, even incremental methods. How many methods are there? Waterfall method, information packaging model, Big Bang theory. Okay, in the IT department, these are called waterfall and agile method. Okay, most of you who are in IT or allied industries, you might have known about agile. Agile is adaptive, being adaptable and being flexible. Waterfall method is a step-by-step procedure. After step 1, you go to step 2, step 3, followed by n number of steps. Then let's discuss now on RDA methodology features. These are the features include objective driven decision support, incremental and independent results, software and organizational measures at each stage, intensive implementation schedules, and next the results driven flow. Now, having done the learning stages, the benchmarking stages, okay, discussing about ideas, then storing it, that is the knowledge management, then discuss the knowledge management cycle. Okay. Then we discussed on knowledge management, storage, and other things. Now, the last stage is reviewing this one. Okay, that is system evaluation, quality of decision making, attitude of individuals, cost of knowledge processing, and security considerations. So that's with the block 4. Now let's discuss on block 5, wherein we have units 15, 16, 17, and 18. And the unit 15 includes knowledge workers and learning organization. What is knowledge workers? One of the famous eminent scholar, Peter Drucker, author, in 1959 has aptly said that to make knowledge work productive would be the greatest work of a century. Just to make the manual task productive was a great management task of the last century. And its characteristics include, knowledge worker characteristics include process specialized knowledge of a subject, ability to find and access new information, ability to think out of box, focus on big picture. Remember, we were discussing out of the box, okay, going out of normal traditional methods and other things. This is thinking out of the box. That is trying to grasp any issues and challenges that may occur in future. Okay, or in terms of creating an idea, we discussed on out of how to think of out of box with minor changes in the product or service. Then so the knowledge worker should to be tending to get achievement in the roles they play, and they should be committed to work. Now let's discuss on learning organization and its characteristics. Organization with an ideal learning environment, perfectly in tune with the organization goals, is learning organization. And its characteristics include systematic thinking, personal mastery, mental models, building shared vision, and team learning. Uh, Slide number 135. Work adjustments. What is work adjustment? Managing knowledge workers require understanding of its characteristics, factors that limit the productivity, and different job assignment approaches. Then, corresponding to work adjustments. What are the correspondences to work adjustments? And these include two types: satisfactoriness, individual abilities. Satisfactoriness, that is the satisfaction of an employee. Individual abilities, that is the job requirements. These are generally measured in terms of expectation and options. Expectation is rewards correspondence, that is satisfied job for him to hire, transfer, promote, retain, or fire. And under vocational reads, that is reinforces, they quit or remain. Now let's look at the role of ergonomics at workplace. Does any of you know what is ergonomics? Sangeeta, Santu, does one of you know ergonomics? Satish,
Yes, sir.
you know about ergonomics? Or probably I will give you a hint. Ergonomics at workplace.
You mean to say discipline types?
Not exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you. As most of the IT people or the white collar people, okay, take long hours to sit at one place and perform their duties, ergonomics is suggested to them. What does ergonomics do? You move your body for every 15 minutes or half an hour. For example, staring at a computer, okay, without blinking for a long time will lead into you getting sight or damage of an eye retina. So the ergonomics are being implemented here. Often in companies like TCS, okay, Infosys, and the larger MNCs, Big Fours, okay, they have this application in the system, in the desktop and the laptops, wherein it gives ergonomic suggestions, wherein you are suggested to blink your eyes, okay, stare at some other place. It asks you to extend your arms. It asks you to extend your legs. Okay, these are called ergonomics. Okay, so now let's look at what are these as per the author or as per the book. So the role of ergonomics at workplace are work physical environment, that is giving right ventilation, lighting, okay, reduction of noise distraction, increase of no noise places. Workforce office equipment, okay, providing the workforce with right chairs, right posture in chairs, okay, which decreases their back pain. Then desk, needed footrest, okay, needed characteristics or I would say features of a laptop or keyboard and mouse, key objects, and a basic telephone if necessary. Because nowadays, as everyone has mobiles, a handheld telephone is not needed. Then the workforce system interface. This was what I was referring to you. The effort, aesthetics, consistent patterns, task supports, and prompts. So, in an ergonomic fitted application, you get prompts every 15 minutes or half an hour, or depending on what is given to them. Okay. Um, Move to slide 136. So here we will discuss on CKO, okay, and key areas of knowledge management. Any of you know what CKO and CLO stands for? Does anyone of you know what CKO stands for? You can unmute and respond. Probably Satish, do you know what CKO stands for? Uh, okay, CKO is Chief Knowledge Officer and CLO is Chief Learning Officer. Okay, so now let's discuss on the role of the Chief Knowledge Officer in terms of knowledge management. And it is a job description wherein and initiatives. Okay, he primarily gives the job description and the initiatives of him. Job description includes design process, creating few channels, application of knowledge management and learning, and upgrading it consecutively. He also looks into initiatives of him, that is at the organization level or in terms of technological responsibilities. And the careers in knowledge management area include CKO position itself, CLO position, knowledge managers, etc. In terms of initiatives, okay. So that's with the block 5 for now. Okay. Yeah. Now let's discuss on knowledge audit. 15 minutes. Now, as we have go to slide number 137. Okay, other slides I will share it to you after the class. And as we said, we will discuss an interface where we can create one. Okay. Now I am also sharing you my contact number here for all future purpose. All of you can access the chat. Okay, this would be my mobile number for you. Sangeeta, is this number visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can ask, you can create a team or a group, or you can ask someone to create a group. Okay, wherein I can share you the next chapters, other things, and important questions as we discussed in yesterday's things. Okay, now going to the PPT, let's discuss on the outline of other units that we have. That is knowledge audit. Knowledge audit. Knowledge audit includes auditing of the existing models that we have created. Okay, its concepts and the purpose. The main purpose of knowledge audit is to assess if the audited data or if the stored data is good or not. Then we will measure it. Okay, on the growth of it. Okay, periodically adding whatever the stages of their. Okay, when after the UATs or other things, these are measured. You can also refer to Bones model of knowledge growth. Okay, wherein the process is involved on how to analyze this one. Okay, give me 1 minute. And Bones model of knowledge growth includes complete ignorance, wherein nothing is known. Okay, and then the awareness, wherein resembles a pure part of it. Measure, that is the technological, pre-technological things. Control, that is a scientific method which is feasible. Process of capability, that is the local recipe exists. Okay, then the process characteristics, trade-offs to reduce costs that are known. Then know on why it is there, that is takes on the form of science. Then the complete knowledge, which is often called nirvana. Now let's see knowledge stages in making coffee. The first, the zero stage is if you are completely, if you do not have completely zero knowledge. So let's now see how a knowledge management stage is generally done, and this in terms of making a coffee. That's at the step zero. It would be complete ignorance, where you don't know anything on what. Then the pure art, that is trial and error method. Then awareness, you know on what is the process. Then measure, whether it is measure if the variables are that are there can be created with good coffee. Then measure the strength, the amount of coffee powder that needs to be added. Measure the temperature, measure the viscosity, measure the volume of weight, and the process needed. Okay. The next stage is control of the mean, followed by process capability. And stage 6 is process characterization. Stage 7 is to know why. Stage 8 includes complete knowledge. So please refer to where does your company stand table in page 239 of your material. Then we have knowledge audit team, okay, which has different people from different things. That is the corporate strategy team, the knowledge evangelist team, the finance team, the HR team, the IS, that is information systems team, and the marketing team. All these collaborate, okay, discuss on how knowledge management can be improved on the repositories and other things. Now let's discuss on the auditing process. Okay, it is when auditing process defining clear goals, defining of it, the audit method, audit, document existing knowledge assets. Yes. Okay, spots. Okay, and it is knowledge picture of the case spots. That is the knowledge niches. After analyzing the case spots, a company may choose one among them for strategic advantages, and the benefits include: it helps determine the areas on which the company may focus in efforts, provides insight into the way knowledge helps in determining strategic position and next. Now let's discuss on positioning choices. That is, if you can just refer the knowledge management strategic positions table, okay, given in page number 244 in your book. Okay, this includes ABCD, wherein further divided into high and low. And in the high one, knowledge management is most needed under B, followed by knowledge management is most needed under D. So that's the end of chapter 16 now. Please refer to the case studies. Okay, and now let's discuss on knowledge management metrics. This includes measuring the intellectual capital. Intellectual capital consists of human capital, structural capital, and relational capital. Under human capital, we have know-how, and in terms of structural capital, it is employee productivity, and looking into relations with stakeholder and relational capital. Professional qualification is needed in human capital, wherein the professional qualification is there. Under strategical capital, the intellectual property rights can be considered, and relationally, it is a goodwill. Okay. Implicit knowledge under human capital, explicit knowledge under structural capital, reputation and corporate image under relational capital. Okay. Adequate skills are required under human capital, which will the output will be the output which includes infrastructure assets under structural capital will give an output of customer satisfaction and loyalty for life. Then we have structural capital, that is the process capital. Under structural capital we have process capital, and relational capital we have network capital. Having discussed all these, the ROI, the financial ROI needs to be addressed. And what do we there? We do with that the savings method and the earnings method. Under savings method, we look at if the process includes costs reduction, or if it includes spending the same time, or there is reduction of the time. If it is accomplished by spending the same or not. And in terms of earnings method, we look at what effect did it have on the bottom line. Okay, and is it a repeat business or a customer retention? We also look at if it is giving us profit margin. Next, we have Tobin's ratio. Okay, wherein it is used within business and academic circles to provide a snapshot of the firm's state of intellectual health at a given point of time, or at any given point of time. It measures the ratio between the market values and assets cost. Okay. Q is greater than 1. Firm will invest in asset because the value is greater than cost. It also has few limitations which you can go through. Then we have topics like total cost of ownership. Okay, and its limitation. The next topic is benchmarking. You must have observed that right from unit 1 we are discussing on benchmarking. We are discussing on ideas. Okay, setting our own standards. So benchmarking, in exact sense, is Many large firms have adapted benchmarking as a significant systematic technique for measuring the company's performance towards strategic goals. It has come from a topography and refers to a mark made upon an object in a landscape indicating its elevation. and it is to be used as a reference point by surveyors. The concept is it is a process of measuring the performance company product, services or process against those of another. Okay, so we will we will put a line on this is the minimum, this is the maximum that we want to achieve. Okay, putting that line, the target is above that. So that is the basic which you can actually aim at. Okay, and it is please refer table 17.2 in the book. Okay, wherein it is subdivided into targets, merits and demerits. Okay, so define targets which will give you which merits and which demerits. Often the target is other units within your company, so you compare yourself with other units, and the merits may be that you come over with, demerits may be too much of unhealthy competition. Okay, personal things and other things. Then the target is competing with other firms. Now till now we were discussing about internal. This is an external. Okay, suppose for example if Wipro is targeting Infosys to overreach its profit and loss in a particular quarter. The next stage, the next target can be between industry sectors. Okay, for example, between a bank and another bank. Okay, or a bank, or if it is a manufacturing one, between one pharma company to another pharma company. This is in terms of pharma and manufacturing company in between Maruti and Tata say. Then it also tries. It also can be segmented under cross industry. Okay. Then we have limitations that you can just go through. The next important thing, the next important topic is the balanced scorecard. Okay, a visible method for measuring knowledge-centric performance. These are all measurements of performances. Okay, or a measurement of having a minimum standard levels. So a viable method for measuring knowledge-centric performance of an organization is the balanced scorecard. These approaches are proposed by Kaplan and Norton. When the environment of the venture changes rapidly, old criteria can be discarded and new measures can be implemented. This system is called balanced. Hence, it is called balanced scorecard, and under which okay, the differentiation is given as conflicts, and its description is given on the right hand side as in the table 17.3. Knowledge management dimensions. This you can go through. Okay, generally the knowledge management measures in are interrelated between translate knowledge management vision, learning and feedback, business planning, communication and learning. Okay, indicators. Let us now discuss on the Scandia method. Okay, what is Scandia method and what are these? There are two specific types to evaluate returns on knowledge investments. Okay, and these are Scandia method and the FASB method. The Scandia method. Scandia Navigator is one of the pioneering attempts at measuring knowledge. It is a finance-oriented business planning model. It makes provision for historical measurements with a financial focus and present-day measurements, that is customer and process focus, and the measurements that are required for a future focus, that is renewal and development focus. To develop their navigator, Scandia identified 200 indicators to take a snapshot of 6 different subsets. These different subsets under capital assets are humans, that is personal, customer, process, and innovation. Okay, and the indicators include replacement acquisition costs, generalized training and employee. Okay, percentage of outsourced personnel. These all come under human thing. Okay, then next is the customer, wherein creation and development of external relationship, brand analytics, customer service experience, and market share. Under process, we have infrastructure related things, logistical, that is the supply chain management things, and administrative process. And under innovation, we have renewal and development costs, change in product development, delivery cycle, adoption of industry quality standards. So as in page 258, okay, the scheme of evaluation is given, wherein history, the past is there, today is there, and tomorrow, that is the future is there. So the link is in between customer focus, process focus, financial focus, renewal and development by the human resource. The FASB method, Financial Accounting Standings Board, developed in USA, which aims to find an answer to the question of how companies can and should report their knowledge. According to it, there should be a division between financial capital and intellectual capital in a company's annual report. Companies are required to present and evaluate the knowledge assets in a standard format in their annual reports. Few common pitfalls in choosing the metrics are using too many metrics, consequences of delayed rewards, metrics that are very hard to control, metrics that tear people away from business goals. So now the last unit, that is knowledge. Yeah, I'm back. Please use this PPT. Okay, chapter 15. Can you
Sir, you are breaking for us.
receive my mobile number? Can someone of you unmute and confirm? Okay. Have you received my mobile number? No. Okay. I think there's some problem with the website. Okay. So please use the PPT. One of you can just ping me on my mobile. Okay. So that I can share my views and a few important questions of all the blogs put together. Should that be okay, Sangeeta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please ask. Either you or someone of your class can just ping me, and yeah, I will share the important questions and the final PPT as well. For now, please share this PPT till unit 15.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thanks. And now it is open for any questions and clarifications. Okay, you can unmute yourself and ask the questions. Yeah, come on, guys. I'm asking you for any questions and other things. Okay. Someone of you have pinged me. I'll ping back. So, any questions, or we can wind up the class for today. So, we still have the last 8, which we will discuss on the platform which we have discussed to network bandwidth. So please prepare for your next class. Okay, that is the following class of today, and please use this PPT for any clarifications that is needed, and also refer this the notes that is given by the university. All the best for your exams. You can definitely approach me anytime. You can take down the mobile number which I shared in the common chat. Okay, and go ahead. You have any doubts? I am open for next 3 minutes.
Sir, I am creating this subject group and I'm posting in the MBA complete student this thing. They will join with the group invite. If then you can
Yeah,
share across.
that should be okay. The WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah.
Sangeeta, I think that may not be required because this is a common subject for everyone, right?
Yes, for that reason only, sir is sharing question and
You add the sir into that group, then you can post it there.
You can add me once you get all the details that are needed. Probably then you can just delete me.
okay, sir, but I am not the group admin for that. I'll ask them to add you. Yeah.
Please request the group admin to add me. Okay, till you get all the details, a few important questions of the subject, and then yeah, you can go ahead having your own team. That should do good.
Okay, sir.
Oh, any other thing to discuss for today?
I think that thanks.
No, sir,
Yeah.
we need to go through. If any doubts, we'll ping you.
Yeah, please ping me on that group. I'll be available on that one, and by tomorrow I will share the important questions. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Chalo. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye.
Thanks for the time. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, sir.